Amasanyalaze okubekazo gakomyewo. Satu amasanyalaze gakomyewo. Alema 3 amasanyalaze 3 kurutebe badda. Bamukubye n'okasango. The progress category is ready, by the way. If you're very hungry, please you can come and get some category here at 3,000 Uganda currents.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rushere Town, Kirihura District, Western Uganda. Today, 64 players have gathered up for the tournament that has been dubbed the Pentagon Open Championship, organized at the Pentagon Bar. It is the second round, which is the round at which day one will be concluded, and it's two of the better players that the tournament has to offer. Glorious Sennyonjo traveling all the way from Masaka, about 70 kilometers away, taking on Kenneth Odong, who is traveling from Kampala, over 200 kilometers away. They are racing to 5. It is one game that has been played, and it has been won by Glorious, who now leads 1-0.
So far, we have
the winner will wait for his last 16 match mid-morning tomorrow, Sunday. The loser exits the tournament immediately and will hopefully be returning home using the night buses. It is very sad, but it is the sad reality. It is YouTube, guys. I like to remind you always to like the video when it is played, just such that YouTube recommends the same video to other viewers with a like. He's a guy who likes offensive pool, Glorious, and he's on a table which I believe is so welcoming of offensive-minded players. Just like you saw the last ball he did put before the black. It went into the pocket, the corner pocket, bottom right, in a very funny way, as if it had backed and stopped. Then it made up its mind, I would like to say, and then got potted. He had already gotten himself a very good white ball for the black. That is how he leads 1-0. Kenneth Odong is about 2 months old, if I can borrow the word, as a citizen of Kampala, having moved from the northern town of Gulu, his birthplace, to join Kampala to further his pool career with more competition, which he wasn't getting when he was living in Gulu. Since then, he has been signed up by Dice Lounge, who are now his management team, together with Hazard, and have both been facilitated by the same team to participate in this tournament, which has cash prizes for the top 8. It also has participation for only one lady, that is Motesi Rashida, who is being head started with +1 in a race to 5. She is already into the round of last 16, having gotten a walkover in the first round and then defeating Ramadan Sula, who traveled from Barara in the round of last 32. Kenneth Odong in attack. A shot that he should report and open up his only bad red ball closest to your screen on the left. He actually opened up the pocket itself. The yellow eye was fancying that he could use the white ball to play the yellow ball, which is almost touching the red, such that the same red would put the yellow that was packed at the pocket. I think Kenneth Odong was lacking a little in terms of game reading in that particular shot. So Glorious will have one chance to make another clearance. He only knows to play pool one way. He is, in my opinion, the fastest Ugandan player. When he decides to play fast, he can make it so fast. As a guy who has not been on the competitive scene for so many years, but has achieved quite much in the years that he has been around. Hailing from the district of Masaka, he did participate with the elite playing polo club in 2016, and he was the top scorer in the very first time he ever participated in the Uganda League as spouse. The worst position he has held in terms of the top scorers of the Uganda Pro League has been 5th. He's one of, if not the best player in terms of league matches in the country at the moment. He also did participate in the African Championships for the first time in 2022 at the OIDC in Lusaka, and he did reach the last 16 that year. And as for Kenneth Odong, he has one tournament of the Polar Session of Uganda to his name, the Grand Open of 2022. What a little but beautiful shot from the big guy in terms of height. You can't believe he's only in his early 20s. Came onto the scene, the competitive scene, in 2017 when he did play up to the semi-finals of the National Open Championship. He will have an opportunity to equalize sure on his day. Surely will. Right now he's ranked 4th by the Pool Association of Uganda. He himself and his opponent Kenneth Odong are 2 of 16 players that have been invited for training and selection trials for the Uganda national team ahead of the World Black Ball Championships coming up later this year in the city of Manchester, in the United Kingdom.
And Kasozi Yusufu, get ready, you play next. Lehula Simon and Kasozi Yusufu, get ready, you play next after that game forward.
Kenneth Odong versus the Black. You will fancy that he will sink it in with relative ease. Potting balls is one of his biggest strengths. Makes it look so simple. And yet it wasn't at all. Odong 1, Glorious 1, rest of 5.
akachai kakwate na mwenge kakachai ewe kubaranjawo mwe kubenjawo lwatuba muga mubizukeze monaniko Chris mufanyike katera mwe tulabe kuwule tuteeka one button confirm your money tulabe nga ebintu kitambulira mu budde. Thank you. Okay, no Chris, no pool. What I thought, I said it was the war. I want to give you one that is a you. Say, the money now, the other is a one. Is another from the upper cousin. That's not part to set us up. Okay, table number 3. And today, Julius was at table 3. Julius and Ezra. Julius Grafter. Julius Grafter, come back table 3. Yangwa for Royal Ezra at Kumubanya. On time. Chris, Julius Arikai. Chris. Okay.
Two one as we speak, glorious in the league. When these two guys take on each other, when it is two players who play as similar as these guys play, be sure to be entertained. I can't predict, I can't call the winner, but I'm sure that I will be entertained as much as you will. The guy from Masaka is leading 2-1 against the guy from Gulu in a race to 5 in the second round of a 64-man comp, in which whoever loses will painfully exit the tournament and will have to travel for match of the night back either to Kampala for Odong or Masaka for Glorious, who is now in the league. It is you to feel free to adjust the video resolution by going to the settings, the icon that pops up when you touch your screen on the top right of your screen. After settings, select quality, and then advanced, and then a figure as high as your data bundles can afford. The more the figure, the higher the resolution, and the better the video. Yusuf Corvis, thank you for watching. Karim Bunya, you've loved that break from Glorious. IBK Ibrahim, the former admin, doesn't know who to support. He used to support Mansour, but doesn't want to support him anymore nowadays. He pretends to support Kasozi, but I don't think he's genuine.
Okay.
He likes supporting female players instead. Aisha Waters. Karim Abuya. Some players just decide to travel at night. There are night buses moving around. Yeah.
He's around. Okay.
Esther Mutes is supporting Glorious. Of course, Esther is a player of the club. Glorious, no reason for guessing why she supports him. Bills, you want me to fine tune the camera? Well, from where I'm watching, it looks pretty clear. It actually does look quite good, and the video has been adjusted enough to have a bigger part of your screen, having the pool table occupying it, to see the picture as big as you can see, and not so much affecting the quality. Thank you for watching Moz Billet. We are appreciating this as good one. Has a chance to equalize on Glorious. Glorious, by the way, has been very active of late. Has been participating in weekly competitions which are open, even in tournaments like these ones. Maybe it is Rakshid, because he lives in Masaka, west of Kampala. But this tournament is farther west of Kampala in Russia, so for him, he has had to travel a shorter distance compared to the rest of the players. In fact, while the likes of Odong did travel yesterday, for him, he did travel this morning because he had time. The venue is alongside the highway from Kampala to Mbarara via Masaka. So if you can get the picture, Glorious, who resides and works in Masaka, did travel a shorter distance. Half chance that I would like to call it being given to Glorious. I think you will want to try and cut that yellow ball to the center pocket on the right, and then try to play the second yellow in a combination shot, having it under it being potted to the corner pocket, bottom left. If he does that, it will be a very wonderful clearance by the guy who nicknames himself the Black Porter. Misses, gets the shot all wrong, and I think Odong is making it too clear. Charity Andrew, if you want to know if the match is timed, no, it's not a timed tournament. Must be that you want to talk with me? Yes, I will. I will proudly will. Atoki, welcome to the stream. I wouldn't have any problem having this match as the final, a semi-final, maybe a quarter-final. So unfortunate, by the way, to both of these guys. These guys, given the enormous amount of talent that they are having, that they are having to cancel each other out in as early as the round of last 32. By the way, both of them were supposed to have many matches against either Eshka or Maluba. It just didn't happen somehow. This one he will pot even with his eyes closed. He would make it 2-2. And it is now a short race to 3. It's my friend Moses Samara supporting Regeza, as Odong is sometimes nicknamed. Must be watching from, I guess, Wankolo area. First guy to win the Kamocha comp, the Tuesday comp. The very first edition, since then he has not been in the prize bracket. And it is now 3 months, man. Charity Andrew, we are using 3 tables for the tournament, which is now at the round of last 32. And in about maybe 150 minutes, we shall be closing today's session of the tournament when all players are at the round of last 32. Sorry, round of last 16. And to improve the video, you may choose to watch with maximum light, and even also the not so bad lighting that I'm having on the table. Be sure that you will be watching the HD video quality, especially if you use maximum light and maximum video resolution. Even on a phone which is not good enough, with maximum resolution, your picture will be top notch. And Kate Bantive is trying to pretend to watch from Djibouti. The guy is in Hoima. Watch Time Life is asking if Mr. Swaga is in the competition. The guy you are calling the Truth Hazard, yes he is. He did win his first round match. Coming up live next is Computer versus Kasozi again. And maybe we could watch the game of Hazard and maybe 1 or 2 others, maybe 3 other live games, and then I will call it a day for today. Go have a rest and then resume tomorrow at around noon for the round of last 16, way up to the final. Charity Andrew, you're asking what is behind the ATA buying players. The Advanced Talent Agency is a registered entity whose job is to develop sportsmen such that they can achieve their maximum potential both in the field of sport and financially as sportsmen and as individuals. They are professional, they professionalize their management, and it is player-centered. They invest, of course, at time it can become a business at time in the near future, maybe in the far future, but for now it is only an investment to pull players. They will also be working with footballers and athletes and all these other stars, but they are starting with pool players. So they did work with the other management teams of those players. For Caesar Team the Scorpion and the Dog City's other manager and Lawrence Sengonge, they are the players they are working with so far. And the sky is the limit as long as their working progress is as good as it is right now. Glorious up against the black in another of his textbook clearances, sinks the black in and regains his lead 3-2. This one is looking like tip for tat kind of game.
Glorious 3, Odong Kenneth 2. Rest of 5, rest of 9.
Rest of 5. Out of 4 games left, Glorious needs 2.
Championship
And
Division 1 24. That is seen ball is sponsored by management. Pentagon. This is Sana. Shukran Kabir. Okay. Another service one. Manager, I have a service for you are waiting for. That you are before.
He once again is in pole position to win another Glorious. You think that he has in himself what it takes to finish this game. By the way, he has been managed by his one person all through his career. A business mogul in the city of Masaka called Robert Chimuli, who is also, besides being a businessman, a teacher. Can't believe normally teachers are not so much into business, or when they are into business not as successful as Robert Chimoli is, we call him this side MD, meaning managing director. That is not Glorious, as we all know Glorious. That kind of miss is not something of his. Advantage Odong. Whatever he can do, I can't even tell. I can't guess. He wants a bank shot. He gets it wrong. But at least now is Glorious and easy pot. Maybe Glorious could go for the red ball. He's actually going for safety shot, which he does. Trying to tempt Odong to make a clearance which will come difficult, such that Glorious can utilize the chance given to him. Very tight game, very important frame for both of these players, this one. I don't think putting 2 balls in that same pocket is exactly what Odong intended. That's what happens when you are so much on target. You can pot when you even don't intend to pot. Super Gamoji supporting Black Porter as Sennyonjo Glorious is nicknamed. Thank you for watching and welcome to the stream. Charity Andrew. You want me one time to stream the World Heibo Championships? Those are, for us streamers, those are dream comps to stream. Maybe God willing, one day, you never know. Nash, if I are missing Caesar, man, you'll be watching Caesar tomorrow. Actually, in about exactly 8 hours from now. I think it's exactly 8 hours and 24 minutes from now. You can set your alarm. Caesar's game will be coming live from China. And yes, there is a move by Caesar's management team to try and engage some, if not all, of you who are Caesar's fans to buy him a Heibo table. They believe that if he can impress as well as he is doing, then you would imagine if he had the table, of course, to be used not only by him but also by other players who can access it. You think that these guys will be having a very good chance at cash prizes in what is the biggest and most lucrative pool tournament in the world. Fantasy, you're asking where Joram did go. Joram normally frequents himself in between Uganda and Rwanda. and wants to get Rwandese citizenship to play for their national team. Can you imagine? Big miss by Glorious. Big chance to Odong. The guy who is right now the current Holy Cup champion in the boys under 23 is only 23. Don't get mistaken by his height. He's a very young man. But last year at the age of 22, he did win the World Holy Cup at the Grand Monte Casino Hotel, the biggest tournament he has won to date. I think 1,500 US dollars is the biggest amount of money he has ever won from winning a tournament. That's the money he won. The money he did win from coming victorious in that comp. If you can see the yellow which is near the red, I think he will be good to go. By the way he's fencing, I think he is. And Six Sitting and Glorious knows that he is now having it level again. The situation in which we are is that the first game was won by Glorious, the second by Odong, the third by Glorious, the fourth by Odong, the fifth by Glorious, the sixth by Odong, the seventh is coming. 3-3, best of 5.
Guys, that was still available at $3. Try to sue for me. Even the Pentagon and the yeah, we shot. Esawa yonna kasirajja, esawa yonna ebiyapimyajja, esawa yonna azibeyiyanajja. So I'm trying to balance the boat so that we can see some good forward. Lumumba Simon and Passos Yosefu, please get ready. Then after that game, I'll have Nyafuna Junior as a Kenneth people. Matao was really the check.
Just had a little 1 minute ditch of the video. It was network. What's right now the video from where I'm watching is looking clear. And I believe now that you've resumed the HD fight of this match.
There is a game also playing here. So Mark and Odong and Odong. Also have a game of Pasimu.
Yes, Kanyok, I think you've gotten back your good quality. Yeah? Tapo Motilang, I do agree with you that this one may go to the wire. Nothing so far to separate these two players. They do have a very similar playing style. And they do win in a very similar way. They have very similar scores. In fact, the same exact scores.
Matia and Clark, where are you? Table 2. Chris, we are here. Okoma. Hata wazanya. Iko lipo much. So why wazanya, Chris? Matia and Clark.
Glorious 3, Odong 3, Scopire 3, Upper Volta 3, Gulu 3, Massacre 3. It seems as though it is going to become a fourth for the guy from Massacre. We'll start with the A of the turrets. Does decide to start with the safest Two reds, one to the corner pocket, on the other to the center pocket. On the left, black ball to the corner pocket on the left, making it seem effortless. But yet a bit of a clearance it has been. The game follows its trend. Glorious winning all the odd games, Kenneth Odong winning all the even games. Glorious 4, Odong 3, 2 games are left. Odong needs to win both or exit the tournament. Also, pardon if the sound is not as clear as it should be. It is because I'm using a noise filtering microphone. It cannot be as clear. That's in order to filter some of the background music, because when it gets so loud, it is unbearable. It is the reason why you no longer see on YouTube the video of the match between Maluva and Dog City, the rematch. It was pulled down by YouTube for copyright issues, and they cannot continue pulling down videos. Once it gets so frequent, they do pull down the channel itself. So it is so risky having too much music loud in the background. That's why I do use this microphone. Glorious has an opportunity now to take down Kenneth Odong once and for all. Piers Kanyoka, you mean you don't use techno in South Africa? You guys are funny. And I want to think that maybe that was the game-winning shot, that bank shot. But again, I have to look at the black ball and think twice. Glorious, in one of his next 2 shots, will have to pot his yellow, one of the yellows, and somehow use the white ball to open up the black ball, because it is dead. It is frozen against Odong's red, which is also frozen against the cushion. The white ball moved too far for Glorious's liking. It doesn't have a natural cut for it to open up the black ball. I think by the complexion of that shot, it is advantage Odong. That's the shot to open up the black. It doesn't open the black. It instead ends up in a foul. Advantage Odong. If Odong wins this frame, then we have a decider in what has so far been the most competitive and quality match of the tournament so far. I just want to think that Odong will not count on his chances to go for this game in attackers. He wants to snooker once more, which he does. Piers Kanyoka, please go on with the question. As this game moves on and on. Glorious with another chance to try and find the black. I don't even know how. Plays a big spin on the white ball, but it was not big enough. And I think that for now Odong will be counting on his chances this time to open up his game using the free shot and then go for it entirely, because all balls will be in space, which is exactly what he has done. We are looking at the guy who has been winning all the even numbered games 2, 3, 2, 4, and 6, while Glorious has been winning the odd numbered games 1, 3, 5 and 7. That's why he leads 4-3. And yet this one is seeming like a clearance that is taking us into a decider. And in deciders, for me, I like to think that the player who is having the momentum, the player who has been coming from behind, is the player with the upper hand, player with the edge, the player with the psychological boost in his mind. And for this case, it could be Odong. Since moving from Gulu to Kampala, as a best to develop his career, he has not yet won a comp. He has reached the prize bracket 3 times. He has been in the semi-finals 3 times, but has never been a winner. Maybe he'll be fancying his chances. That maybe this is his chance. This time, so many kilometers away from home. Here we are. Looking more and more and more likely with each passing shot that Odong takes that we are having a decider. P.S. Kanyaka, you say you want a Muganda wife called Nyabo. You are very funny. Come to Uganda. You will count on your chances. Otherwise, Odong is counting on his chances to win the match by trying to win a decider, in which he takes us by the pot of this black, which he does Kenneth Odong for glorious Sennyonjo 4. It is down to the wire.
Kuchuma jambo kuchuma atenda bafuni mmere ganna abelula afune mmere paka okonecho ulina bagenda kulya okonecho mako kino mubiga okonecho ulya ngeze kulya Kulaka ne machi aliwa. Kulaka ne machi aliwa.
Odong is having to break the decisive game. The advantage of winning the lag comes here. He has the chance to make the apple in the decider. That is the chance. It is the advantage that you get when you win the lag. It is you to break the decider. If it gets that far, Odong will most probably be going for maybe the yellows. The game only has one situation. If you look at the corner pocket bottom right, there are 2 reds. In between them is a yellow. Not very easy to negotiate that situation, whether you're playing the reds or the yellows. Outside of that one, the rest of the game is evenly okay for the reds and the yellows. Odong does go for the yellows. And thank you for watching, and shout out to you, Rita Kobusinje. I normally see you watching always Facebook and YouTube respectively. I don't even know where you're watching from, but should be somewhere in and around the Kampala. For Glorious, it will be more painful should he lose this match, because he's the guy that has been winning. Like I said, he did win the first frame, lost the second, won the third, lost the fourth, won the fifth, lost the sixth, won the seventh, lost the eighth. Now we have to decide. All that the both of these players have been doing in this match so far doesn't matter. All that matters is winning this game. You win it, you go and rest and come back tomorrow for the round of last 16. You lose it, your tournament comes to a bitter end. Glorious has a chance to play. Don't keep your eyes on Glorious's good red. Keep your eyes on that one bad red, which is frozen against the cushion near your screen on the right. Whatever he's doing, whichever move he's making, whatever is going on in his mind, it is on that same red ball. A miss that could cost him his further participation in this tournament. It's a miss that maybe will make the first 4 games that Glorious has won irrelevant. The only bad yellow that Odong had is the ball that he's playing right now, and puts it, and it is looking like a big advantage to Odong. Going for the long range target, the corner pocket, and misses. To his only advantage, he did play the shot with a backspin and played a little bit of defense, especially that the white ball is now frozen against the cushion, and yet Glorious is seeming like he wants to attack the game. He wants to pot. He will need to play a similar shot to the one that Odong had just missed, trying to put the red ball nearest the white to the corner pocket, top right of your screen. If he gets that one right, you think that will be good to go for a clearance. Changes his mind, plays the red ball near the center pocket simply to play safety, and you wouldn't blame him for that. Linda Langat Kasozi's game is next against Computer on the same table, and you may advise me here whether that game should come on Facebook or YouTube. Just having a little network hitch, which is affecting the video. I think it should be getting done in less than a minute. I want to think that by the time we get to put the black, the video will be now all clear. It is because of network, it is not because of myself at all. Sometimes too much traffic on the same network in the same area. That's what causes it, but it doesn't take too long.
Okay, some people in the round of 16, when they have like 2 pairs in the round of 64, then we shall be calling the other pairs in the round of 30. Positive number, my someone Yachi will be closing the tournament and come back tomorrow for completion. Then we shall have a battle between Greece and Modern Pro at exactly 11:00 hours of the night. Thank you.
Oops. What a miss this will be. If you watch the game between Kasozi and Caleb, if you watch that decider, if you saw how Caleb lost that decider, how easy a black he missed to almost gift the shot away to Kasozi, you may have seen something exactly similar. Odong already knew in his mind that his participation in the tournament was over. He doesn't believe his luck. And yet he too misses. What a game. It's a foul. It's a win for Glorious. My goodness, Odong concedes. This is a bizarre competition, a bizarre end to a game. My goodness, you will never see something as this one. Anyway, so Glorious 5, Odong 4, Glorious through, Odong out. Coming up next, Sennyonjo versus Joseph. Next live break and finish Facebook.
Okay, Odong has conceded.